welcome to Shoreview and Rice Creek Park for the Section 5 3A softball final round as we're down to the last two teams. The number 3 seed, the Spring Lake Park Panthers, and the number 1 seed, the Maple Grove Crimson. Playing this one could be the title game if Maple Grove wins it. If Spring Lake Park takes it, we will see a second game for the championship. I'm Jay Wilcox, and Mounds View head coach Frank Roth joining me. And I know, Frank, you've been at this park in this spot before, and what's kind of the mindset of each team, the one-loss team and the no-loss team right now?
Well, thanks, Jay, for having me, and hopefully Spring Lake Park's just playing one game at a time. They're going to go out here and give it their best inning by inning, and then you worry about that second one if it ever shows up. Right now, I don't think that second one's in their mind.
And for Maple Grove, they did knock off Spring Lake Park the other day, and they have to make sure that they're still feeling like this is a game that they need to play their best in as well. As we look at the batting lineup for Lori Lightbody and the Panthers, they lost the coin flip, so they are the visitors here today. Maddie Skirka, the third baseman, will lead it off. Katie Thunborg at first base. Then it's Maddie Walroff, the shortstop. Alyssa Jones, the catcher, hits fourth. Rachel Klesk in right field. Then it's Leah Polish, the second baseman. The pitcher, Hallie Jones, hits seventh. Brianna Hattinen in center field bats eighth. And the designated player, Amanda Peck, hitting in the number 9 slot for Spring Lake Park. And for Maple Grove, third base is manned by Sarah Michael. Shortstop will be Shannon McMurphy. Second base is Taylor Meyer. Sarah Fisher at first base. And in the outfield, Megan Malcrone, Sammy Sadler, and Maddie Gordon. And the familiar battery, Jordan Mauk. And the pitcher for Maple Grove is Sydney Smith. Smith has had an outstanding season for the Crimson, an 18-0 record and a 0.61 earned run average. In 118 innings, 207 strikeouts, walked 30, and her strikeout to walk ratio nearly 7-1. So not bad at all, and that's the task Spring Lake Park will see. Interesting to see, when you have seen a pitcher, maybe it helps out. I mean, the same for both teams, though, Frank, when you come into that, when you've already played them a couple days ago, does it help the hitters more, or maybe the pitchers know the hitters a little bit too? I guess it balances out somewhat.
I think it does. Sydney's a tremendous pitcher. I think it has to help to have been able to see her, but still, she's at such a level that you could probably see her a lot, and you're still going to have to be on your best in order to have successful at-bats against her.
Skirka getting set to lead things off here for Spring Lake Park, and she is hitting at .368 for the Panthers this year and has a little pop too, 8 doubles and a triple and a home run to her credit along the way. And I'm sure they would like to try and generate something early on. I mean, that's always a key, but especially I think even in this situation, maybe even a little bit more, to get some confidence built early and see if they can't kind of put the pressure on Maple Grove a little bit, if they could generate something in this first inning.
Yeah, I agree. I think the opportunities, there's not necessarily going to be a lot of them. So when you do get that opportunity, they're going to have to really take advantage of it. The field's in perfect condition. I know that we've been out here a lot, and the Shoreview crew did a tremendous job getting this field up and ready for the spring season. And should see a lot of true hops, and the outfield's playing fast. So,
and thankfully, come playoff time, we've seen great weather, which was not the case for a good chunk of the regular season. But I guess if you're going to choose one or the other, I think the times when it's the real important games is when you'd really rather see it nice like this.
Absolutely, it was another tough spring season for the high school sports, but you can't get days better than this, that's for sure.
Little bit of a breeze, but I don't think enough to really have a great effect on balls in the air. Maybe a little bit, but
well, and it is blowing out to left, so that'll take care of the balls that all spring long. It's been blowing in here, so now we got the east wind and blowing out to left.
And certainly there are a couple of hitters in this game that might be something that we could see come into play as a home run ball. So here's Maddie Skirka stepping in to lead it off. Sydney Smith will deliver, and we are underway here in the final round in Section 5 3A. Skirka takes it for ball one. Fouls this one back and out of play, and it's 1-1. Change of speed, and it's over for a strike. Smith has a good variety of pitches. I mean, she'd be pretty good, I think, even if she just stood and threw fastballs, but she also can mix things up pretty well.
It's pretty effective to have all that speed and then float that changeup in.
That one a little off the plate inside. 2-2 now to Skirka. And that one misses, so 3 balls, 2 strikes. Important for the Panthers. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, but for them to be swinging at strikes, if Smith gets them to chase pitches up, they're going to be tough to handle. But if they're only swinging at strikes, they certainly have a much better chance of putting the ball in play with some authority.
I don't think they can expect to walk too often.
And that one is inside, so Skirka fights out a good at bat there and draws a leadoff walk here for the Panthers. So Katie Thunberg will be the hitter. 382 average for her. Couple of triples, 9 doubles for her also, but wouldn't be surprised at all if she is asked to get a sacrifice down here.
I agree.
Offered at it, didn't get it, strike 1. See what Maple Grove's defensive plan was there as Smith runs over. There's a look at Lori Lightbody, the Panthers head coach. These teams have had some playoff meetings late in the tournament in past years, as when Frank's Moundsview team was in this section as well.
Lori's a very good coach, very aggressive, very fundamental. 2 strikes, be interesting to see now if she's still going to try to put a bunt down or if she's going to let her hit away.
1-2 count here to Thunberg. And that one's over the outside corner for strike 3, and Thunberg hot looking, so it looked like they had bunt in mind initially, but not able to get it down. And Smith battles back to get the strikeout. Smith always looks like she's having fun out there, which I guess when you're striking people out or whatnot you would, but interesting is you see her smile probably more than most pitchers in high-level games like this.
Yeah, you know, at this point, I think she's out there having a lot of fun. She's mastering her craft, and I think it's a lot of fun for her.
Walraff waves at that changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Walraff. Walraff, .465 batting average, 6 doubles, a triple, a home run, and 17 driven in. That one in on the hands and fouls it back. Of course, all those stats, the farther you get into a tournament, you're facing, you know, each team facing a really good pitcher, and some of those hitting stats have a tendency to take a little dip down when you're playing against the best teams like these 2 are today.
Absolutely. We're getting to a position here. It might be a good time to try to steal a base.
And this one's hit well to left field. It might go, and it is out. Home run from Maddie Walraff, and the Panthers strike first.
There was no doubt about that.
Well, you mentioned the wind blowing out to left a little bit, and she got plenty of this one and drives it out.
And these are legitimate 200-foot, 8-foot fences. So that ball was smoked.
And sometimes a pitcher that throws hard too, a tendency to, if you do time it right, you can make some pretty good contact and send it a ways too.
Absolutely.
So Spring Lake Park up top early 2-0. Alyssa Jones will be the hitter now, their catcher. A little bit outside with that one, 1-0. There's a strike. Alyssa Jones at an average of .398 coming in, has scored 20 runs and knocked in 14. Didn't get that one on the changeup, and it's 1-2. Off the outside part of the plate there, and even up at 2-2. They're making Smith work here. I mean, obviously the home run's been the biggest thing so far, but they're also seeing a lot of pitches and making Sydney work. Not that I expect that she'll tire, but I think it kind of helps your lineup a little bit when you get a chance to see a lot of pitches.
I agree. The leadoff hitter worked out the walk and fouled off a couple of pitches, and you just don't know what that does for the other girls on the bench when they see that somebody is getting a piece of it. It just gives them a little more confidence too.
Cut and a miss, and Jones down on strikes. So 2 strikeouts for Smith, but a walk and a home run mixed in with them. So got her to swing and miss at that one, and now the right fielder, Rachel Klesk, will step up here for Spring Lake Park. Klesk a .382 batting average, 5 doubles, a triple. She's driven in 15. There's another changeup. More changeups from Smith than what I've seen in a lot of games, and so far fooling him.
I was going to say, I haven't seen Sid go to the changeup this often, this early.
A little outside with that one. Lifted down the third baseline and just foul. In that in-between spot where nobody could really get to it, and it didn't miss that line by a lot. It appeared from back here anyway.
I agree. Billy Peterson down the line, though, he's one of the best.
And another one, this one well out of play.
Either they have a scouting report that says to throw her a lot of off-speed changeups, or Sid maybe just doesn't have the comfort level right now throwing hard, but that she's certainly spinning the changeup in there.
And there's another one, a swing and a miss by Klesk, and the Panthers are done, but they come up with 2 runs in the top of the first on the home run by Walraff. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. So after a half inning, Spring Lake Park 2 and Maple Grove nothing. And here's a look at the lineup the Crimson will send up as they try and bounce back from a deficit here. Sammy Sadler, the center fielder, leads it off. Then it is the pitcher, Smith. Jordan Mauck, the catcher, hits in the 3rd spot. Sarah Southern hitting 4th. Sarah Michael, the 3rd baseman, hits 5th. Megan Malcrone, the left fielder, hitting number 6. Taylor Meyer at 2nd base. Shannon McMurphy, the shortstop, and Maddie Gordon, the right fielder, hitting in the number 9 spot for Jim Coltis and crew. And then defensively, you see the lineup for Spring Lake Park: Skirka, Walraff, Bullish, and Thunberg around the infield, Kraska, Hatton, and Klesk in the outfield, and then the Jones sisters, the battery for Spring Lake Park. Allie Jones has pitched virtually every inning this year, not quite, but almost, for Spring Lake Park. 21-3 record in 142 innings, allowed just 85 hits with 39 walks and 180 strikeouts. And she is a young one and a good one as a freshman, so they've got some years ahead to see her develop her talent, which is already pretty good. There's a look at Jim Coltis, the Maple Grove head coach, and They've been ranked #1 in the state for a good portion of this season, so obviously the expectations high for them, and trying to get it done here today, but they fall behind early.
Kind of an interesting situation having the pitcher and catcher being sisters, one being the senior, one being the freshman. Who do you think takes charge in that group?
You have to assume the older sister is the one who sets it. It's got to be a nice thing in terms of familiarity and comfort level, at least, you know, when they start the career like that too.
Yeah, I agree.
Sadler, a 401 average. Speedy slap hitter. Ooh, close pitch taken for a ball. We're seeing both pitchers are going to have to be pretty precise. Not a wide strike zone, it looks like so far. That one is a strike. Not that it's a formula you want to work with, but the previous playoff game that we had, Maple Grove against Coon Rapids, they fell behind 2-0 in the top of the first. So, and then came back to beat Coon Rapids 6-2. So not that it would be unprecedented to do that. Spring Lake Park probably a little stronger team though than Coon Rapids. There's Sadler knocking a hit into center field.
Yeah, I by no means think that the first 2 runs are going to be the last 2 runs we see in this game.
Here you get a look at Sadler timing this one perfectly and lining it into center field. It's a good combination in that she is, you know, sometimes slap hitter, can drag bunt, use her speed to get on, but then when she swings away, she's also a dangerous line drive hitter.
Absolutely. Let's see what Coach Coltis calls here.
Sydney Smith, the hitter for Maple Grove, and Sydney, 21 runs batted in, second on the team. Also has walked 17 times, a .595 average, .627 on base. So you might think bunt with some second hitters. I don't think so here.
There's no bunt coming here.
No. Taken for a ball. Kind of interesting that you put a hitter that's such a power hitter at this spot, but they like the way this lineup develops. They've got their 2, 3, 4 hitters are all really strong hitters.
Yeah, it all goes on what you have and what you're working with. Obviously, it's been extremely successful for them. And
1-2 count now to Sydney Smith. Taken for a ball outside as catcher Jones set up outside for her pitcher sister there. She hit the target, but a little off the plate. Another ball taken outside. Sadler, definitely a player who's capable of swiping a bag too if they wanted to go that route, but Jones looks like a pretty good, she's quick behind the plate, no question.
Sid doesn't strike out often, so I wouldn't be surprised if they have the runner moving right here on this full count.
Dribbles it down to second. They'll get the out at first. Sadler advances on to second as she had to be quick to scamper through there, but also good concentration there to not be distracted by the runner there for Polish.
That was a very nice pitch by the freshman pitcher. She didn't give in on the full count. She still pitched it down and away and got a little ground ball out of it.
So Jordan Mauk will be the hitter. .524 batting average this year. 5 homers, 23 runs batted in. Dangerous hitter, no question. Outside with that one.
Seems like there's been a Mauk at Maple Grove forever.
Yeah, our older sister Mandy was quite a player. In fact, it was Mandy that hit a home run. I think it was on this very same field. These two teams played an 18-inning, 1-0 game. I want to say it was about 4, maybe 5 years ago. Telecast that we were doing, and just a great pitcher's duel. And she ended up hitting a home run that was the one and only run.
I think that was against Sarah DePaul.
Yes, that's correct.
We were waiting in the wings to play the winner, and I wanted them to keep playing more and more innings.
And Shanna Sticko is the pitcher at that
Absolutely.
time for Maple Grove.
Actually, that year we were fortunate enough to follow up that game by defeating Spring Lake Park, and then Maple Grove, they put us away in the next game.
And that one misses, so 3 balls and a strike. And have a quick little conference here. And
here's one of those sister-to-sister talks.
you know, I would guess both batteries are probably going to mention the fact that not going to be a big strike zone. We've established that in this first inning. It's got to be, you know, catching a big part of the plate, it looks like, for it to be a strike here today.
Yeah, we've had Robert a number of times, the home plate umpire. He's very good. He's very consistent, which is all you can ask. There you go.
That one's over for a strike, so now the count running full here to Mauk. Sadler on second, 1 out. Maple Grove trailing in the bottom of the first, 2-0.
I like what they're doing so far with the 2 and 3 hitters. They're not giving in, and they're still trying to hit the corners, even though they're getting deep in the count. Yep.
And it is a strikeout. Mauk apparently offered at that. Ooh.
I didn't see that.
Interesting, because it didn't appear that he initially called, and then I didn't see a single signal from the base umpire. And I guess he did make the call himself at home. So a strikeout of Mauk, and Sarah Southern will be the batter. Huge out there for Jones as she gets the strikeout. And this one gets away from Jones, and Sadler will move over to third. So a runner over to third now for Maple Grove, and a 2-0 count here to Southern, who's hitting .371 on the season. 1 homer, 14 runs batted in. And that one nips the outside corner.
I still haven't seen her throwing right over the middle, so she's doing a nice job out there. It's very impressive.
Change up to short and caught on the fly. Nice grab there by Walraff. So Maple Grove with the threat, but they don't score in the first. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard. We've played an inning full here at Rice Creek. It is 2-0, Spring Lake Park.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
And here we go in the top of the second inning for Spring Lake Park as they try to build on a 2-0 lead here in the Section 5 3A Softball Championship. It'll be Polish, Hallie Jones, and Hatton to bat for the Panthers. 6, 7, 8 hitters for Spring Lake Park as they struck for a couple of early runs against Sydney Smith. Maddie Walraff drilling a home run over the left field fence.
As a delayed broadcast.
Polish hitting .295 on the year. 11 runs scored. Has knocked in 10. for a strike. Little pop up, and Smith's going to come over and make the catch and foul ground there. Had the best angle to get to that one and calmly gets to it. Long strides there and crossed into foul territory. I thought at first it had a chance to find its way to the ground between all those players, but she found it quicker than Mount could locate it. So Hallie Jones will bat here for Spring Lake Park, and a swing and a miss for her. .338 batting average for Jones, 13 RBIs, a couple of doubles. Fouled back into the backstop. And a changeup, a swing and a miss. And Jones down on strikes. 4th K for Sydney Smith, and Brianna Hattinen will be the batter.
It's interesting to compare the two changeups between the two pitchers. Sid has just about, the arm speed stays just about the same. It's just.
I think it's interesting too that you find as pitchers get older, sometimes people can come up with a pretty effective changeup when they're younger, but it isn't disguised as well. What you're saying, the arm speed, you know, you're watching from the stands and you can see a difference, and the hitters eventually pick up on that. When you get to be, you know, high school varsity age, it's much tougher to get away with that, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Hattinen, a rip and a miss. Hitting .231 this year. 1 double. She's driven in 8, scored 10 runs. Back to Smith, and she'll flip over to first base for the out. So the Panthers go 1-2-3 here in the second. No runs, no hits, no one left. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2. It is 2-0 Spring Lake Park here in the Section 5 3A championship.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
Gorgeous afternoon here at Rice Creek Park in Shoreview for the Section 5 3A softball championship. It's either the final right here or it's game 1 of 2. If Spring Lake Park wins, they would force another game here. Maple Grove needs just 1 win to claim the section title after they beat the Panthers the other day in the winner's bracket final. Sarah Michael, Megan Mulcrone, and Taylor Meyer, the 5, 6, 7 hitters, will come up for Maple Grove as they get their first at bats against the young pitcher for Spring Lake Park, Hallie Jones.
Leading off for Maple Grove, number 3, the third baseman, Sarah Michael.
Michael, a .383 batting average for the Crimson, 15 runs batted in, .406 on base average. Michael's been a pretty key cog in this lineup for this team. You know, not the power numbers probably of like a Mauk or Smith, but or Southern for that matter, but definitely a dangerous right-hand hitter. That one is outside, so Jones missing her spots early in this at bat here, early in the second inning, as she falls behind 3-0.
Yeah, she needs to get back a little bit what she was doing in the first, where she was hitting the corners and going right after them.
There's a strike.
We always say if the leadoff hitter is going to get on, don't let it be a freebie.
And there's strike 2. Michael chopping it foul. Stays alive in there, a full count. Jones stepping back away from the rubber, getting her thoughts together, and now will come and deliver a 3-2. And a cut and a miss, and Sarah Michael down on strikes for the first out of the inning as Jones battles back. And good poise shown by her, falls behind 3-0 and then comes back.
Yeah, very much so. I would suspect that she's not going to have many 3-0 counts the rest of the day here. She looks like she's in pretty good control of what she's throwing.
Ball 1 to Megan Mulcrone, a 283 hitter for her, 3 home runs on the season, also 4 doubles and a triple.
Catcher was asking, where was that one?
Yeah. And that one nips the outside corner, 1-1.
Sometimes that's the difference. If you have a catcher back there that has good communication with the umpires.
Slice foul right over near Coach Coltis down there in the third base box. So 1-2. Low and away there in Mulcrone, trying to protect the plate, swings and misses. So back-to-back Ks to start the inning here for Jones, and Taylor Meyer will hit.
Second baseman number 7, Taylor Meyer.
Meyer a .211 average on the year, 1 double, driven in 4, takes a strike. And a miss. Takes that one for ball 1. Hit down to short. Throw across is in time, and Meyer retired in a Crimson are done in the second. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We've played 2 full here. Panthers 2 and Crimson nothing here in the Section 5 tournament.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
All the scoring coming on one swing of the bat. In this one, Maddie Walraff, the shortstop for Spring Lake Park, a 2-run homer in the top of the first. So the Panthers lead Maple Grove 2-0. Again, Maple Grove needing 1 win to claim the Section 5 championship. Spring Lake Park needs to sweep a pair here from the Crimson, and they're off to a good start in trying to force a second game anyway. They'll have the 9-1-2 hitters coming up. Amanda Peck, Maddie Skirka, and Katie Thunborg will bat here against Sydney Smith.
Spring Lake Park in the top of the third. Designated player number 14, Amanda Peck.
Peck, a .261 hitter this season. Looks at a strike. You know, if it wasn't for that one swing, you'd say Smith has been doing well. He just struck out 4 and a little pop up and comebacker, but other than that home run, is still looming large right now.
Yes, Sid's throwing the ball well. I mean, she's dominating out on the mound. You're right, that one pitch caught a lot of the plate and got out of here in a hurry.
Peck swings and misses at that one, 1-2. And down she goes for the strikeout 5th of the game for Sydney Smith. And the top of the order coming up now, Maddie Skirka, who kind of an unsung hero in that first inning by working out a tough walk and then scoring in front of that home run by Walraff.
Absolutely. What's interesting is if you look at your scorebook, since that home run, Spring Lake Park has put the ball in play 2 times back to the pitcher, otherwise struck out. So maybe that was a little wake-up call also for Sid to bear down a little harder.
Yeah, and that was very similar to the game we had earlier in this tournament against Coon Rapids. I think she had a walk, and then somebody doubled to the fence, and they went up 2-0, and after that, they barely touched the ball. And Maple Grove's hoping that happens again here.
Right.
But Spring Lake Park certainly capable of putting some offense together against anyone, but obviously it's going to be tough for Maple Grove to score a lot of runs here today, too. Three balls and a strike now to Skirka, who again is making Smith work hard here against her. Slicing it foul down the first baseline.
I think she was in the same spot in her first at bat, and then she fouled off another 1 or 2, and then, like you say, she did work out that walk.
And on the hands there, knocked that one down. And Coach Lightbody, assistant Coach Lightbody there, Dave, fielding that one. And this one will be a called 3rd strike.
That was a beautiful pitch.
See the location here from Smith.
First baseman number 5, Katie Thunborg.
Yeah, looked like at the knees. And Skirka caught looking.
Little 4-inch drop on the inside corner of the plate.
Thunborg, who struck out looking her first time up, takes a strike here. And chased one up and out of the zone. Panthers have generally been pretty disciplined today with that one. Her eyes lit up on one up. Try to go for the outside corner there, didn't quite get it.
Yeah, I like the call though.
Lifted foul, this one's gonna get out of play. Comes back with a changeup, and Smith strikes out the side in the third. No runs, no hits, no one left for the Panthers. We go to the bottom of 3, 2-0, Spring Lake Park.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about a new medical website designed especially for older folks. Website, you say? I can't work on computers. They're not senior friendly, blah, blah, blah. But the National Institutes of Health fixed all that. Now you can make the type bigger, increase contrast, even make it talk to you.
Arthritis.
Just go to NIHseniorhealth.gov and get the best medical information available anywhere. NIHseniorhealth.gov. Built with you in mind.
Warm afternoon here in Shoreview, and good crowd on hand to watch the Section 5 3A softball championship. McMurphy, Gordon, and Sadler, the 8-9 hitters, set to come up for Maple Grove here in the bottom of the third as they try and get some offense going. They haven't been able to do so really yet. Against Jones, they did get a runner, Sadler, to third base in the first inning, but left her stranded. McMurphy, 258 hitter. Couple of doubles to her credit, 5 runs batted in. First pitch is over for a strike.
I'm sure Lori told her freshman going out to the mound to go after these first 2 so that the Sadler girl can't come up in a position to put a lot of hurt on you.
There's a strike with the changeup. That one got a little smile out of her sister. It looked like she was coming back to get into her catching crouch. And this one's hit out to center, but it is right at Patton, and she'll make the grab for out number 1.
I think she got a little bit more of the plate than she wanted on that 0-2 pitch.
And McMurphy put a pretty good swing on it, but
absolutely
happened to hit it right at the center fielder. And now Maddie Gordon will step in for Maple Grove, a .333 batting average for her this year. 17 runs scored, so kind of that, leadoff into 9th place into leadoff hitter kind of hitter. Change up, lifted to short left, and it's a fair ball. Gordon will bloop a single down the left field line, so a 1-out hit here for Maple Grove. Put it in a spot. There was no way anybody's going to get to it. It's just a matter of does it stay fair or foul, and it drops right inside the line.
Coach Coltis over the years has been very successful putting in number 9 hitters that are speedy, lefties, slappers, bunters, put the ball in place. So
Sadler is the hitter. She stroked a single to right center her first time up.
On that little flare to left, it looked like the pitcher might have given up the changeup that she was throwing it just a little bit earlier in her whole body rotation. Gave the batter just that extra second to make the adjustment on it.
Pitch is outside, so 2-0 now to Sadler.
That's a big spot for the Spring Lake Park pitcher. Sadler's a really good hitter. Definitely going to put the ball in play somewhere.
Taken for ball 3.
Coach Coltis give her the green light here.
Certainly a possibility. Yeah, I guess not.
No, he had her taken.
That'll make it a 3-1 count here to Sadler.
Now she's got a green light.
Down the left field line, foul, and not quite able to get there is Kayla Kraska, the left fielder.
I'm thinking he might have him moving again. Good contact, hit her up.
Pitch is a strike, runner is going, a strikeout throw, double play. And the Crimson are done in the third. As great defense there. Jones throwing a strike down to second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. After 3 innings, it is 2-0 Spring Lake Park.
Pretty big play.
Yeah, but did you see how much he had to drink last night? I can't believe that guy made it home. Nobody drives drunk anymore. Hold on, I got another call coming in.
While drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving and speeding fatalities have skyrocketed. Someone dies every 13 minutes from negligent driving, so keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and your phone put away.
And we had the inning number 4 here. It'll be the 3-4-5 hitters, Walraff, Jones, and Klesk to bat for the Panthers. Walraff smacked a home run to left field in her first time up.
Webcast live on the internet, nsbn.net. That's nsbn.net.
Another look at this called third strike, and then Jones comes up throwing.
Get her on the shoulder?
Must have gotten her on the way by there.
No, he had a good look at it.
Yeah. It was a little bit of unusual in that, you know, the tag was kind of behind on the back or shoulder there, but still, if you get her in time, you get her. Walraff takes ball 1. Chopper foul down the third baseline as Michael chasing it.
Going back to that play, I like the call by Coach Coltis too. You get a good batter at the plate, start that runner. She banged something through. Just didn't work out that time, but good aggressive coaching.
Rip and a miss here, and Smith ahead in the count now 1-2. That one is outside, so 2-2. Little dribbler, Smith up with it, throws to first and in time. A lot of times as a pitcher, you can flip the ball over there, but she knew this time she had to come with a fairly hard overhand throw to be able to get her, and she did.
Next up, the catcher, Alyssa Jones.
So Alyssa Jones will bat now for Spring Lake Park. She struck out her first time up. And a rip and a miss there. So 1-1 now to Jones. Rachel Klesk waiting on deck here for Spring Lake Park. One hit in the ball game, but it was a huge one as they've taken the lead on a 2-run homer in the top of the first. 2-1 count here now to Jones. And a cut and a miss.
She's throwing a number of pitches effective right now.
Thought about it, but held up. Appeal, but no swing there, and I think correctly so. Is a called third strike. So 2 outs in the inning, and now Klesk will bat.
Right fielder, number 17, Rachel Klesk.
She's throwing so many different things. The batter there's no comfort level for the batter.
Here's a tapper down to first. Fisher up with it, will make the play herself. And another 1-2-3 inning worked by Smith. No runs, no hits, no one left in the fourth for Spring Lake Park. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 4. Panthers 2, Crimson nothing here on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Spring Lake Park holding a lead over Maple Grove here as we go to the bottom half of inning number 4. The 2-3-4 hitters coming up for the Crimson: Smith, Mauk, and Southern to face Hallie Jones, who is so far has been very good. A couple of singles allowed, and that's been it.
Be interesting to see the adjustment, if any, that the Maple Grove hitters make here the second time through. They're still very confident and they feel very comfortable. So.
Smith rolled one to the second baseman in her first at bat today. Not a lot of balls hit hard though by them. The line out to center by McMurphy to start the last inning was probably the hardest hit. Sadler hit the ball decent.
Sadler's base hit was pretty good.
Yeah, she got pretty good contact, but it wasn't a screamer. You know, just a good solid ground ball that got through. But other than that, they really haven't squared the ball up much to speak of against Jones.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with the young Jones girl out there.
Comes with the changeup that just misses. 2-0.
She's just given that changeup away a little bit earlier than she was earlier in the game. You throw that one for a strike to one of these power hitters, then.
Smith turns on this one, but it's going to be foul. It hits the fence on the fly, but a little bit foul. You could kind of just feel the Maple Grove crowd come up out of their seat to our left, but fairly evident from back here that that one was going to be foul.
Well, if she makes a mistake with a changeup here, Sid's going to pound it.
She smacks it hard into right field, and it's a base hit for Smith.
That was a good at bat. Sid Smith had 2 real nice swings.
Going to see a courtesy runner for Maple Grove here, I'm sure. Josie Roll will be the runner. Smith giving Mauk a little pep talk and little scouting report maybe on what Jones threw that time too.
Now batting for Maple Grove, the catcher, number 14, Jordan Mauk.
Mauk struck out her first time up. First pitch is taken for a ball outside by Jordan Mauk. That one is over for a strike, a 1-1 count. Mauk will ask for time here.
And Jones girls working that outside edge on Miss Mauk.
And outside with that one, 2 balls and a strike. You can see they, kind of by this point certainly aware of which hitters they really have to be a little more careful with.
This would be one of them.
Yeah, I think that would qualify. Fouls that one back. Got a pitch to hit a little bit there. Was about a little above the knees, but caught a lot of plate. And Mauk fouls it back. And a little soft liner, but it's going to be foul down that right field line.
They're staying with that outside pitch on her.
Two count here. Pitch is up high and away. So now 3-2. Jones done a good job of keeping them guessing a little bit. You don't see, a lot of swings where they seem to be exactly sure what they're going to get from her. And that one misses for ball 4. So Mauk showing being kind of a team player there, being willing to take a walk instead of taking a hack at one there. I think we're going to see another courtesy runner for Maple Grove perhaps here. Sarah Southern will be the hitter, and coming on to run is going to be Alyssa Mickelson.
Courtesy runner is 24, Alyssa Mickelson.
So the Jones sisters talking in the pitching circle here as Southern gets set to come to the dish here for Maple Grove. She hit a liner to the shortstop her first time up. Walraff caught it at about shin height. And takes that one for ball. Maple Grove having some good at-bats here. I think you kind of realize, you know, getting base runners is the name of the game, and then trying to come through with a big hit or two after you've put some people onto the scoring position. Southern, a great bunt. Gonna be a tough play. Safe at first. Bases are loaded. Southern, not the fastest player on the Crimson, but the bunt was so good that they're not able to get her. And I have to admit, I wasn't necessarily expecting that right in that spot.
Oh, that was a lot closer than it looked.
Number 3, Sarah Michael.
So Sarah Michael is the batter now for Maple Grove. Loaded up with nobody out. Infield creeping up a little bit for Spring Lake Park. Not so much at second base, but the other three, I think, would definitely be looking to come home with the ball if it comes right at them. First pitch over for a strike. Michael struck out her first time up. So first real adversity of the day for Jones, although Sadler reached third base in that first inning. Jim Coltis down to have a talk with Michael there. Looked like she might have been uncertain of a sign. Michael fouling this one, and it'll get into the bleachers there on the Spring Lake Park side.
A young Hallie could do herself a lot of favors here with a strikeout or two.
And this hitter and the next one, Mulcrone, did strike out their first times up, so it's certainly not out of the question, obviously. And she strikes out. Looks like a foul tip, but held on to by Jones, so one gone. And Mulcrone will be the hitter now for the Crimson.
Number 22, Megan Mulcrone.
What was impressive there is she just went out and threw 3 strikes. She didn't throw any balls and just challenged her.
Little dribbler here, foul at the plate. Big at bat here for Maple Grove and for Spring Lake Park. One out, bases full. Mulcrone, the hitter. Rip and a miss.
Pretty nice pitch. All you have to get is a piece of that plate, and she's not getting a lot of it, but she's getting just enough.
Outside with that one. 1 and 2.
Good pitch. Pitcher and catcher are working pretty well together here.
And a rip and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Jones. And now one out away from getting out of this. Taylor Meyer will be the hitter.
He's just painting that outside edge.
Second baseman, Taylor Meyer.
Meyer dribbles it foul down the third base line. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. Just missed the outside corner with that one. 1 and 2 now.
You know what a great pitch though. You don't want to give in. You want them to chase it. Very impressed with this 9th grader.
Meyer fouls that one back.
Actually, a pretty good two-strike swing there.
Maple Grove wanting desperately not to squander this chance. They loaded the bases with nobody out, but then next 2 hitters struck out. And a called 3rd strike, and Meyer down on strikes. A huge out recorded by the Panthers. And the 4th inning comes to an end. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and they strand 3. After 4 complete here at Rice Creek, it is 2-0 Spring Lake Park.
Not long ago, Albert couldn't take long walks. He was diagnosed with a bad heart. After considering all the treatment options, his heart specialist recommended a pacemaker instead of putting him to sleep. Get the facts about animal research.
And we head to inning number 5 as Maple Grove losing out on an opportunity, but credit to obviously Hallie Jones coming up with some big pitches there. Strikes out 3 in a row after the Crimson had loaded up the bases with nobody out. So now Spring Lake Park will maybe try and use that defensive momentum a little bit to bring them into this 5th inning offensively as Leah Polish, the second baseman, gets set to step in against Sydney Smith. You see she popped out a little foul to the pitcher. Smith coming in caught it about midway between home plate and first base. And that one missing for a ball outside. Slice foul down the right field side. Well, you kind of wonder, Frank, if that was Maple Grove's one big chance, or, you know, I think they felt they were starting to build some momentum, but when you don't get them in, then it kind of like taking the air out of the balloon a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think Maple Grove is lacking any confidence, and they certainly feel that they're going to come back and put some runs on the board. That inning probably made them just think a little bit more here. So it put a little more pressure on Maple Grove.
That one is taken for a strike. Nipsey inside corner. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And swings and misses. A little bit of an awkward swing there as she came inside, then back out.
Yeah, Sid's throwing. She's throwing a lot of pitches right now that are all effective for her. So the batters for Spring Lake Park in the box, they just can't be comfortable with knowing what's coming or even guessing what's coming.
Hallie Jones, the pitcher, steps in here for Spring Lake Park. She struck out her first time up and looks at strike 1 here. Cut and a miss. Lifted back foul into the backstop here by Jones. So 0-2 count. And swing and a miss. They'll have to throw down to first, but they get the out, so 2 gone. That's the double digits now for strikeouts for Smith, her 10th. Brianna Hatton will be the batter. She hit one back to the pitcher Smith her first time up, so 0 for 1. Looks at a strike. And up high out of the zone there. And there's a called strike. And Hatton swings and misses, and she strikes out the side for the third time today. No runs, no hits, no one left. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning here. Maple Grove trying to battle back. They trail Spring Lake Park 2-0 here on 12 Sports.
What do you want from the all-powerful Oz?
A brain. People wonder how I got to be the all-knowing Wizard of Oz. I go to USA.gov, the official source for government info.
Pick up the student loan form to your right. Next!
I want to go back to Kansas.
Oh, that's a toughie. Back to USA.gov, passport applications.
For federal and state government information, there's no place like USA.gov.
Maple Grove missed out on a golden opportunity last inning. They'll try and get some offense started again here in the bottom of the 5th. The 8-9-1 hitters coming up, McMurphy, Gordon, and then the top of the order, Sadler, as they try and solve the freshman pitcher Jones for Spring Lake Park. She did a heck of a job battling back to get 3 straight strikeouts after they loaded the bases with nobody out. Those are some real character building kind of innings for a pitcher. I mean, yes, the 1, 2, 3 are more fun, but you really find out a lot about the composure and mental makeup of your pitcher in those kind of innings.
I agree with you, and it's how she went about it. All 3 of those hitters, she went right after, had 0-2 counts on all 3 of them. May have only thrown one ball to those 3 hitters.
McMurphy did hit the ball well the first time up. Liner that was caught in center field by Hatton. Hard hit on one hop to third and fired across in time by Eskerka. So 1 gone here in the 5th, and Gordon will be the batter.
Yeah, it's important. You've watched your pitcher throw a number of strikeouts, and hasn't been a lot of opportunities in the field, and then there's a sharply hit one down to third, and the third baseman just comes right up with it and throws her out. That's a good play, good pick-me-up.
And McMurphy kind of feeling like maybe a little bit of a tough luck 0 for 2 so far, because she's hit the ball pretty solidly both times, but nothing to show for it.
Wonder if they'll throw this batter a changeup. She hit that changeup last time down the left field line. Too fast.
Takes it for a ball, squaring as if to drop a bunt down. This time does bunt it, but pushes it foul. Gordon trying to get a little rally started here with 1 out. There's a strike.
Just have to get a piece of that plate. It's all you need. She works that outside and inside.
The 2-2 pop-up foul. And just to the edge of the fence there and foul ground. 2-2 pitch. In the hands and drilled it over toward her teammate on deck there, Sadler. Change up, hit to left field, and it's going to be down for a hit. Gordon has her second base hit of the ball game, and like last time, it comes with 1 out. So now the top of the order coming up with Sadler.
There's that change-up base hit to left field again for the for that girl.
13, Sammy Sadler.
So Sadler will step in. She's had a single, but then last time struck out. Taken outside for a ball. Gordon was thrown out stealing when she was on last time on that strikeout, throw-out double play that ended the third. There's a strike. See if that previous strikeout changes the aggressiveness at all of Maple Grove, whether they
just missed.
A little bit outside, so 2-1 here to Sadler.
You know, with Sammy Sadler's speed and being on the left side there, they've had some success already putting that bunt down. And even if it did work out as a sacrifice, having Sid Smith come up with the runner on second is not a bad situation.
Sadler popping it down that third base line. We've seen a lot of their left-hand hitters fouling pitches down right that way. Little pop-ups.
I think a lot of that has to do with her just continuing to work them outside. Not bringing it into their hitting zone.
Reaches out and taps that one foul to protect the plate. And Alyssa Jones going to come out to talk to her younger sister here. Another 2-2 pitch upcoming from Jones to Sadler here. Runner at first, 1 out. Maple Grove trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th. If Spring Lake Park wins, we'll play a second game for the title. If Maple Grove wins, they win the section. Sadler fouling another one away. And slices another one foul. Good battle here, and I think Sadler, last time learning that if it's close, I really got to protect here. She's gonna, if it's anywhere near the plate, gonna be trying to put that ball in play.
I agree. I think it'd be a good time too. It'd be a good time to go inside on her. She's seen a lot of outside pitches right now.
Back outside and taken for a ball, so 3-2. Kind of like a chess match here, right? In just this at bat. So it's been a long one. Their pitch is fouled off, close pitches. It's a lot about thinking the game here as much as physical, I think.
That's what makes this game so great.
And Jones didn't like, looks like a mark on the ball, so gonna maybe get that one out of there.
Have to go force another new ball out of Louis.
3-2 pitch upcoming from Jones to Sadler. And that one is outside for ball 4. So Sadler works out a walk.
Now remember, last time up, Sid had 2 real strong swings. He hit that hard foul ball down the left field line, then they followed it up with a nice single out to right center. So Sidney's certainly feeling comfortable in this spot right now.
First and second, 1 out. First pitch drives it back, foul out of play.
That was gonna go over if she got it all. She didn't let anything back on that swing.
And pops it up. Catch made for out number 2 there for Polish. And now that'll leave it to Mauk. I think it was infield fly rule was called there anyway.
Yeah.
And so Mauk will step up. She's at a strikeout and a walk.
She's had 2 good at bats. They both went deep in the counts. She's seen a lot of pitches from the pitcher.
And liner, but right at first base, and Thunborg makes the grab, and Maple Grove a threat, but they don't score in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left aboard. We've completed 5 innings here at Rice Creek Park. Spring Lake Park 2, and Maple Grove nothing on 12 Sport.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
We head to inning number 6 here in the Section 6 3A softball final round as Spring Lake Park trying to force a second game for the title here. They had an earlier loss in the tournament to this Maple Grove team, but their 2 runs in the first so far holding up as Maple Grove has had good scoring threats but unable to score in the 4th and 5th innings. So Spring Lake Park will have the 9-1-2 hitters set to face Sydney Smith, who gave up that early home run, has been almost untouchable since, but the damage was done. Now Peck.
Jay, if I can just take 2 seconds and tell you thank you to you and your crew for coming out and doing these games. As a high school coach, you don't know how much we enjoy being able to watch these and how much the girls enjoy being able to go back and take a look at it. It's really a big deal for them, so thank you guys for coming out and doing this.
Absolutely, we enjoy it very much, and had some good playoff baseball and softball already so far this spring, and look forward to more here as we near the end of our softball season. In fact, this will be the end today. Maple Grove, the last of the teams that we cover that's still alive. So swing and a miss by Peck. And another swinging strike.
Yeah, Sid's just, she has him completely off balance. She's just having fun out there right now. She's playing catch with young Miss Mock, and
way up high and out of the zone there.
She's trying different pitches, and she's just having she's on her game right now. Yeah, there's that changeup, unhittable.
Back with the change to strike out Peck.
To the top of the Panther order, number 13.
12th strikeout for Smith, and now Iskirkel will come up the top of the order here for Spring Lake Park. She was on her first time when her teammate Walraff went deep. Inside with that one, 1-0.
And that was the only walk of the game that Maple Grove's given up.
That one over the outside corner. From here, I might have thought the first one was possibly better than the second one, but they even out 1-1. Chopper to short. McMurphy up with it and throws her out. Like you said earlier for Spring Lake Park, the defensive as the infielders haven't had much work at all. All of a sudden they have to spring to life here.
I think that's the first ball anybody besides the pitcher, catcher, or first baseman has touched.
That is absolutely right. Wow, that's amazing to get this far into the game and have that be the case. Going to have a pinch hitter, looks like, here for Spring Lake Park. Sierra Ryland will bat for Thunborg, who has struck out her first 2 times up.
It's number 10, Sierra Ryland. Ryland for Spring Lake Park.
Sure, Coach Lightbody's just telling her, just relax, have fun. Whatever happens, happens.
So she will step in to hit with nobody on base and 2 outs. Ryland has had just 10 at-bats this year, 2 for 10. Got a piece of that first one, fouls it back.
And got a piece of the changeup. We haven't seen anybody do that.
Maybe she's their changeup hitting specialist.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
There's a strike.
From our angle, that ball broke back across the plate about 4 or 5 inches.
And a rip and a miss, and Ryland goes down on strikes. The Panthers quickly and quietly in the 6th. No runs, no hits, and no one left. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 more chances for Maple Grove. They trail it 2-0 here on 12 Sports.
I never thought I'd miss you half as much as I do. It must be love, love, love. It must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the best.
It must be love. It must be hospice.
And we head to the bottom half of inning number 6 here. Maple Grove will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up here in the 6th as they get set to face Jones, still trailing it by a 2-0 count. And we talked about last time, Frank, you know, a little bit of a fine line between, are you excited that you got runners or are you discouraged that you left them out there? They both the last 2 innings for them, and they have to kind of wipe the slate clean on that a little bit right now, I think.
I agree, and you know that's something that Coach Coltis is probably telling him is, hey, we're getting opportunities. Just keep doing what you're doing. We're going to break through, and they've been very successful. I mean, these 2 teams combined have a total of 5 losses on the year, so they know what it's like to be successful and how to get there.
On the bottom of the 6th, the shortstop, number 17,
Sarah Southern, the hitter now. 1 for 2. Takes the ball.
That was closer, I think, than people give that one credit for. That didn't look like too bad of a pitch.
And outside there, 2-0.
It's almost like Hallie just doesn't really get fired up till they have a couple of runners on base.
And ball 3. Southern laid down that really nice bunt last time around and beat it out. Ahead in the count here.
Well, she's come back a couple of times 3-0. Let's see if she can do it again.
There's a strike. Big cut and a miss. So 3-2 pitch here to Southern. Lifting it out to deep left field, and this one's off the fence. Southern will check in at second with a long double. Opposite field power there, and nearly got that one out. It looked like from my vantage point it went about halfway up that fence.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jay. I think it's got the outfielder turned around a little bit and banged it off the fence.
So Michael leading off, or will hit with a leadoff hitter on second. It's not going to be Southern anymore. Those we're going to see Maria Palanch running for her.
No, I think it's important that you get that first run. And you can't play for two if you don't have one. So it'll be interesting to see what Jim does, or Coach Coltis does here. If he moves her around and gives the next two girls a crack at knocking her in, or if he's going to try to put together a couple of hits in a row.
And Michael has struck out twice, as has the next hitter, Mulcrone, so it makes you wonder a little bit too. Might change your thinking a little bit in terms of confidence of them putting it in play hard. Hard liner right at first base, and the catch is made. A couple of big plays over there at first by Eskerka. Last inning was one, and then here's a liner right there, right at her.
She smoked it, but it didn't move a runner over. So once again goes back to she sure hit the ball hard.
So Mulcrone now batting. Lines this one foul.
You can just see the difference between when the Spring Lake Park hitters are in there and they're not feeling comfortable. Now the Maple Grove hitters are feeling a little more comfortable. They're getting good swings at the ball.
But nothing to show for it really so far here. One out, runner at second. There's a strike. Got in a miss. Mulcrone down on strikes for the third time. That's out number 2, and Meyer will be the hitter.
There was that 0-2 pitch that was outside. It wasn't going to be a strike, but it's a great pitch because the batter's already behind. And if she takes it, she's going to have ball one, but it's just hard to take. Very nice job. Still continue to work that outside edge. There's one inside.
Strike. Eight strikeouts in the game here for Jones. Outside there. And that one missed in. 2 balls and a strike here to Meyer. And she reaches out, taps that one foul at the plate. So now 2-2. Jones nearly out of trouble again. Just gets a piece of that one.
A nice pitch. That was a good job. Good job by the batter. Get a piece of that.
Another 2-2 offering coming from Jones here. And a foul tip held by Jones, and that's the third out. Maple Grove, another threat in the 6th inning after the leadoff double. No runs, one hit, and one runner left on base. It is 2-0 Panthers.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
And we had the inning number 7 here. Section 5 3A softball final round. Spring Lake Park trying to force a second game here for the title, and they are leading it by a score of 2-0. Maddie Walraff, Alyssa Jones, and Rachel Klesk. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up for the Panthers.
You know, you mentioned it earlier, but I think it's just a testament for Sid. Ever since that home run, she's sat down 17 hitters in a row.
Walraff, you see, getting set to step in, and bounce one back to Smith, her last time up, but the first inning was the one that everybody's going to remember as she jacked one over the left field fence.
We're ready to start the 7th inning. Leading off for the Panthers, number 11, Maddie Walraff.
That one's over for a strike. Chased one up and out of the zone there. No, it's 0-2.
We've seen that sequence a couple of times here in the last couple innings where Sid will get that first strike on him, then she'll throw the rise ball, try to get him to swing at it. Yeah.
Down goes Walraff on 3 pitches, so one gone, and Alyssa Jones will be the hitter.
Up next, the catcher, number 7, Alyssa
14th
Jones.
strikeout victim today, and now Alyssa Jones will be the hitter. Jones looks at ball 1 outside. And didn't mean to swing there, but couldn't stop herself from going around there. 1-1. Squaring as if to bunt, and Smith air mills that one past. I think that one surprised her a little bit and lost concentration a little bit on the pitch.
Yeah, she lost the grip on that one.
Had a rip, but didn't get it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes.
We've seen her set a lot of girls down with that changeup in a situation just like this. There it is.
Comes outside corner and gets the strike. So 15th strikeout for Smith, and Klesk will be the batter.
The right fielder, number 17, Rachel Klesk.
That one's in the dirt. Late swing on that one. It's 1-1. Up the middle, and that's going to be through for a hit. Second base hit of the ball game for Spring Lake Park. One in the first inning, of course, was the long home run, and this one a solid bouncer pass short. So Rachel Klesk aboard with 2 outs. And we may see either a pinch hitter or pinch runner. Looks like for the Panthers, looks like a runner. It will be Lexi Lagering.
Number 2, Lexi Lagering.
I don't know that I'd want to be up to bat right now. I think you might see 3 of Sid's best pitches of the day.
There's a strike. Fouling that one straight back, and it's 0-2.
So what do you think, Jay? Is she come with a rise ball, get her, try to chase her, or is she going to throw her a changeup and just make her take a little whack at it?
I go rise ball. A little bit inside with that one. And that one up and out of the strike zone. So 2-2. Got a piece of it to stay alive.
That was a good stay alive swing. Not much she was going to do with that pitch where it was.
And there's the changeup and a swing and a miss, and Polish down on strikes.
Just a couple pitches later.
No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard for Spring Lake Park. We go to the bottom half of inning number 7 here. Maple Grove with one more opportunity here to try and battle back in this one. 2-0 Panthers on 12 Sports.
Hi, I'm here to tell you about a new medical website designed especially for older folks. Website, you say? I can't work on computers. They're not senior friendly, blah, blah, blah. But the National Institutes of Health fixed all that. Now you can make the type bigger, increase contrast, even make it talk to you.
Arthritis.
Just go to NIHseniorhealth.gov and get the best medical information available anywhere. NIHseniorhealth.gov. Built with you in mind.
Good pitchers duel here. In many ways, Sydney Smith of Maple Grove's been more dominant, but Jones has kept her opponent off the scoreboard a little better. 2-0 lead for Spring Lake Park. That first inning home run by Walraff is standing up so far here, in large part because of that young lady, Hallie Jones, the freshman pitcher. Has gotten in a couple of tough situations in the 4th and 5th innings, and really a little bit in the 6th, the leadoff double, but has just kept battling back and getting big strikeouts when she needs them, and has done a fantastic job here. Maple Grove will try and get things started with the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, and kind of a quirk of this game, and that this is the 3rd time that we've started with the 8th hitter in an inning, and both times McMurphy has hit the ball hard but hasn't gotten on base.
That's right. I've been real impressed with the Spring Lake Park pitcher. As a freshman, she's had really good composure. Didn't let things get to her when she's had some tough situations. She's done a real nice job.
Both fan bases making some noise here, as we know this is the do or die time here for Maple Grove. course, they do have some cushion in terms of a second game because they need to win just once, and Spring Lake Park needs to sweep a doubleheader. There's a strike. Just a couple of walks issued by Jones.
I can tell you from experience, it's awful hard to come back and beat Maple Grove twice in the winners bracket.
Strike two.
In 2010, we had that similar situation. We pulled off the first one in 8 innings, and then in the second one gave up 2 unearned runs in the first inning of the second game, and that held up for a 2-0 score. Important to get this first one for the Spring Lake Park team.
Close one there, taken by McMurphy. 3-2.
Coach Coles is telling her, you got to swing at anything close. He knows that that one could have gone either way.
And I suspect if the pitch came in the same spot again, I don't know if she'd get the benefit of the doubt twice in a row. Sure, with the hitter and the catcher both kind of stepping out and back in they go, 3-2. And fouls that one away. Another big pitch coming from Jones here to McMurphy. And a little bloop. It's going to hang up, though, and be caught out in center field as Hatman comes in to get it.
I see why he has Shannon in. She's certainly a good hitter. She had 3 good at-bats so far in this game.
Hatman got a pretty nice break on that one, though, and relatively easy ball to get once she made that initial good read on it. Here's Maddie Gordon. Takes a strike.
I'm not throwing her a changeup, by the way.
Drops down a bunt. It takes a little bit of a hop. Throw to first, not in time, and Gordon will beat it out.
That's that number 9 hitter we were talking about that can bunt, slap, good hitters. 3 for 3 today, very nice.
Ball came up just a little bit on the hop to a Skirka there. I don't know that she was necessarily going to get it out there anyway, but it obviously hurt their chances when she didn't really bobble it entirely, but just didn't come up with it completely smoothly.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that was a base hit. I don't think they were going to get her.
Now Sadler will hit. We've had this same situation 3 different times where McMurphy's gotten out and then Gordon's gotten a base hit. And Sadler has come up. The first time she struck out, the next time she walked.
Well, you got to make her hit. You got to make her hit right now.
Outside with that one, 1-1. Slices it foul, out of play, 1-2.
We saw that last at bat from Miss Stadler or Sadler. She had a number of those I think that you called that. You were mentioning how she just kept staying alive, fighting off that outside pitch.
Right to third, and the throw across is right into the runner.
And into the dugout.
It gets out of play, and that's going to move her to second. But still a big out for Spring Lake Park as a solidly hit ball, but right at third baseman Eskerka. And then her throw is up the line and into the runner. So scored as a line out to the third baseman, then a throwing error on the third baseman to allow the runner to move over to second. First error committed by the Panthers, but Sydney Smith will be the hitter.
And really, the base runner moving up doesn't really have much of effect on anything. There's 2 outs anyway.
I was thinking the same thing. Does that even really make a whole lot of difference?
It was worth the effort to go for the double play.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's much better knowing that the tying runs at the plate as opposed to the winning runs.
Taken for a ball there by Smith. This one is over for a strike, 1-1. That one's outside, 2-1.
It hasn't gone away from the game plan. Continue to work them outside.
Trying to keep it away from letting those big right-hand hitters turn on it and drive one out to left. Smith hit one foul up and off the fence in the previous at bat. And missed away again. Sort of a temptation to a degree to pitch around Smith, but then you've got another dangerous hitter right behind her too, and that becomes with a potential go-ahead run.
I agree. I want to go get Miss Smith.
And it's going to be a walk. So runners at first and second now. We'll be seeing a courtesy runner again here. Josie Roll will come on as Smith able to work out the 2-out walk. And Jordan Mauk will bat.
And now batting from Maple Grove, the catcher, number 14, Jordan Mauk.
Mauk had a walk, a strikeout, and then last time stung the ball, but right at the first baseman, Thunborg. So hitting here with 2 on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. There's strike 1. Strike 2. Spring Lake Park 1 strike away from forcing a second game. Goes outside with that one, 1-2. Two pitch and a little bit outside there, 2-2. Tough ones to take. Not the previous one too much, because that was definitely outside, but Jones just not giving in, still continuing to work the corners, even in these important spots. And Mauk asked for time as Jones was taking a little extra time out there. And she strikes out, and Jones shuts out the Crimson here to force a game 2 for the title. Maple Grove in the 7th inning, no runs, 1 base hit. There was 1 Spring Lake Park error and a couple more left stranded here. So that is the final in game number 1. Spring Lake Park's first inning home run from Maddie Walraff stands up for the win. 2-0 Panthers, our final score. That'll do it for game 1. You can watch for game 2 on 12 Sports as well here for the Section 5 championship.
It's an exciting game, so we'll again have a 20-minute break. We'll be back here in a few minutes.